Welcome back. Field about to come back to the green flag here, as we've just had the problem with Ricky Carmichael blowing the right rear tire. That was on lap 51. We've completed 55 laps. We will be on lap number 57 when they come back to the start finish line, as they're working their way through 3 and 4. Again, the big story up to this point, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., championship competitor, stayed on the racetrack. They're thinking it's going to be close on fuel. 39 laps remain in this race.
Yeah, 3 cars have had to go to the back of the longest line here. Obviously, the lead lap line, the 30, the 18, and the 06 all have had to go to the back because of various. 2 were speeding on pit road, and 1 was going above the blend line. So Terry Jones and Chrissy Wallace and Tim Mitchell going to the back. We're going green.
Green flag back in the air. We're back underway. John Jackson got a great jump on Ricky Stenhouse Jr.
You know, it sounds like lumpy. Jeff Campy, the crew chief on Ricky Stenhouse's car, is thinking about trying to go all the way. We heard Jim say he pitted out of lap number 31. That left him 63 laps, Kenny. Is he going to try to stretch it?
Well, we had Tony up on the box trying to tell him, Tony Stewart on the box trying to tell him how to save fuel, so you don't know. If any team knows what they can do in fuel mileage, it's the Jack Roush team.
Now up to the high side of the racetrack, that 37 of Dexter Bean. What an impressive paint job on that. The flag draped over that race car. The 37 of Dexter Bean, not on the lead lap. He's 15 laps down to the field. But that doesn't matter. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. trying to work with him to see if he can get by that 72.
That's a nice paint job on that team car right there, Dexter Bean's, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Continue to work 2 wide. Again, John Jackson in the 72 leading the race. Dexter Bean in the 37 is 15 laps down, but he's back on the racetrack. And right behind Dexter Bean in that 99 is Ricky Stenhouse Jr. And Joey Logano has moved up on the inside of the lower line.
That's right, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Now these points are changing every lap. We had just a few moments ago, Ricky Stenhouse was only 25 points behind. That was the last lap. Now he's 35 points behind the way they run right now. That means he's lost a couple spots, or Scott Speed has gained a couple spots. So this point battle is really, really tight.
Yeah, Scott Speed was running in the 8th spot, and now we're seeing Ricky Stenhouse Jr. drop back, but he's trying to push. Look at him give a big shove to that 37 of Dexter Bean, saying, come on, man, we can make it back to the front.
I'm just telling you, you want to be in the lane where all the cars are, and it's going to be tough to get that outside lane working.
No, we got problems. Looks like the 30 of Terry Jones.
Remember, he made slight contact. He has a flat left rear tire. He made slight contact with Jeremy Clements, trying to avoid Ricky Carmichael when that tire went down for Ricky coming off turn 4. That may have contributed to his left rear tire going down.
It's got to be a confidence builder for that 18, or excuse me, the 15 of Joey Logano running second right now. His only other ARCA RE/MAX Series start was back in Rockingham earlier this year, and he dominated that race.
By the way, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. got back in line, and guess where he got back in line?
Right behind the 2.
Right behind the 2 of Scott Speed.
Wendy, what is our motorcycle superstar thinking about this stock car racing career?
Well, his day was cut a little bit short, but it's still all smiles down here. Ricky Carmichael, unfortunate circumstance what happened, but were you able to learn about anything?
Wendy, we've got a problem. The 99 of Ricky Stenhouse almost up in the air. Almost over is the 99 of Ricky Stenhouse Jr. This could be the end of the run for the championship.
Boy, the right rear tire is gone on that car. We didn't see exactly what started this. We're hearing that he blew the right rear tire, which is what started this. And what a, you know, we were just talking about him being 35 points behind as they run. Just 2 laps ago, there's Jeff Campy, crew chief. Cannot believe it. What a horrible break for Ricky Stenhouse Jr., this entire Roush Fenway organization.
You know, we're seeing a rash of tire problems today. And that's something that we have not seen here. I mean, we've seen this a lot of this race won a lot of times with coming in and putting run right sides only. You know, so tires have never been a problem here. So be curious what was causing that today.
See Ricky very, very disappointed, I'm sure, and looked very, very fortunate that he didn't get that thing up in the air. It got up in the air, did not go over.
Didn't roll over. But it was close. He got turned around backwards. That car went up in the air. came right back down on its wheels.
Being a veteran open wheel driver, it wouldn't have been the first time he'd been upside down.
Hey, not the first time probably this, in the last 2 or 3 weeks that he's been upside down.
Right.
What a disappointing ending to this race. And the variable has always been, when you come to Talladega, you could be involved in something that will end your day early.
There he is right there, right behind. The right rear tire went down. Justin Lofton had nowhere to go. Look how high that car gets up in the air, and it comes right back down when the roof flaps deploy.
Roof flaps have saved a lot of cars from being upside down in our sport.
You see the debris right there. The tire already went down. Justin Lofton was having a great race. He had nowhere to go. He has a lot of damage, but unfortunately, this is the one these guys circled at the beginning of the year. Let's see if we can get by this race without having something go wrong like this. And unfortunately for Ricky Stenhouse, he did not get by this race without having a problem. Look at that car get up in the air. The left front corner, the only thing remaining on the ground. All 4 tires up off the ground, and then came back down.
Yeah, it was the only thing touching the ground. Take another look. There's the tire going.
So all the debris already up in the air.
There's Justin Lofton coming by with nowhere to go. A little bit of, I'm not sure that Patrick Shelter even made any contact. Looked like he almost went underneath the rear of that Ford.
So Ricky Stenhouse Jr. slams back to the ground, hits the inside wall, and then gets it straightened back out. So Ricky Stenhouse Jr. has been able to climb out of that race car. He climbed back into the ambulance. They'll take him to the infield care center, check him out, and I'm sure he'll be disappointed, but we'll hear from him. A big change in the points today. Tomorrow on Speed, the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series takes center stage. 3:30, Chris Devoto will get it started. 4 o'clock, the green flag will fly. We're looking at the 20th event of the 2008 season for the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series. Eric Darnell on the pole for that race.
Roush Fenway 1, 2, 3 in qualifying, and unfortunately the Roush Fenway effort here for Ricky Stenhouse Jr. has gone awry with a right rear tire going down.
So that 99 now has fallen all the way back to 165 points out of the lead and almost out of contention.
Yeah, well, that's, you can, the maximum points you get are 200 in a race, and that drops down 5 points per position. I think they start, probably somewhere around 32 or 34 cars at Toledo next week, and that's, if he ends up this race with a 165-point lead or something like that, it's pretty much all he has to do is show up, isn't it?
Well, what it does is it makes it where you can't win the championship. Scott Speed and team would have to lose it. Right. I mean, you can't perform better than them on equal footing.
Right. Aaron's lucky dog goes to Terry Jones in the 30, so he will grab a lap back, and that will put him the 26th car on the lead lap. So we have 26 cars still on the lead lap here at Talladega. John Jackson out in front. Joey Logano runs second. Tonight on trackside, the crew will have Jeff Gordon and Dale Earnhardt Jr. to talk with. Dale Earnhardt Jr. has already had a tough start to this weekend. They've got a backup motor out. They had to get a backup car out earlier today. The right rear tire exploded on that race car. Something similar to what we have seen today in the ARCA RE/MAX Series race.
We're going to start 35 cars. We've got confirmation from the ARCA RE/MAX officials next week. You can get 200 points plus a 15-point bonus if you win the pole. So 215 points are potential. If you finish 35th, that's 30 points. That leaves 185 points. So Scott Speed will not be able to lock it up if he has a 165-point lead just by starting, but he'll be very close.
Yeah, it'll be one of those where he'll do everything as cautious as possible to get around that racetrack and not have any problems. So Talladega Superspeedway. It's the racetrack that everyone circled as a big variable in the championship hunt, and it has come to fruition for Ricky Stenhouse Jr. They blew the tire. They're out of the race and potentially out of contention for a championship this season.